Oh, yeah, we're not live on the Tube of You yet, but we are now. All right then. So this is when it says going live. You're live. Apparently, we're live.
All right.
Well, that's reassuring, isn't it?
We decided to do Tarot Talk Tuesday live tonight because, as usual, we seem to be in this accelerated time warp of crazy, and that it's Tuesday already. Hey, Kay, how are you? So we thought we're never going to get this in the can. We better do this live because.
Just because.
So we're really enjoying the Mercury retrograde and the Pluto retrograde and all the other crazy astrological stuff.
How hard could it be, right?
Yeah. But honestly, for us, it just seems like time is accelerated. And I know that we're not young anymore, but goodness me.
What?
It just seems like we turn around and it's not a day that has gone by. It's a whole entire week.
Well, what do you mean we're not young anymore?
Well, yeah, I think we're not in the first flushes of youth. Your hair is white, dear. Okay.
I take into dyeing my beard with a little bit of white because
you're good. Well, I'm glad you're good, Kay, because it's crazy.
I think it adds a little.
Oh, look, we got JA, and Gilda, and Savannah. All right.
JA is one of our overseas viewers. I believe she's in India, if I'm not entirely mistaken.
Just to make sure everybody knows, this is just our little one-card tarot talk in a series.
Tarot talk series. Yes, right? yes.
And then tomorrow night is when we answer questions.
Yes, so you guys can all come back tomorrow night as well. But we'll be a bit earlier.
So
let's just say hello to some people.
Oh, I did already. I'm sorry.
And this Gilda, thank you for joining.
And Wendy's on. Yeah.
Oh, hi Wendy and Savannah, and Cassandra says good morning. Cassandra, where in the world are you?
Aussie land, I think.
Struth, mate.
Yes.
Australia, down under.
I think so.
Marvellous.
All right. Well, tonight's card is.
She's laughing at me. I don't know why.
Temperance.
Oh yes.
Do you want to go first? All right.
How about it?
What I like to first think about is words. And when we look at this word temperance, we can see the word temper in there.
Oh, see, that's what I was going to say.
Well, that's why I said, why don't you go first?
It's all good. Go for it.
But it's not just temper as in, we can't control our anger. It's temper as in bringing something into balance. Like when we forge a sword in that hot heat. We also need water to cool it, like an alchemy process. And that's sort of what this card talks about. Like, how are we going to restore balance? This is indeed Archangel Michael with 1 foot on the land and 1 foot in the water. And you can read about this in Revelations in the Bible. I think it's Revelations 10.
Oh, Lordy.
And there's a lot of other things here. There's a path to enlightenment. There are some yellow irises here. We have those out by the shop. They're blooming right now, actually. We have a symbol on the chest. We have a symbol on the head. And in the tarot, this card is said to be Sagittarius.
Sagittarius.
Now, the cards kind of teach you. And many times this card has come up in my readings to represent the sign of Cancer. And we talked a little bit about that when we talked about the Chariot, right? Because we said the Chariot is Cancer. But sometimes when you look at it and you think about transportation and Jupiter and all those things, you might see the Chariot as Sagittarius and you might see the Temperance card as Cancer. So that's one of those things that we kind of think, did they switch them on purpose? Or are we just being silly and this is absolutely Sagittarius, So when I see this card in a reading, I think it's about healing, restoring, balance, and also making connection with guardian spirit for those things. Some people believe in angels and some just don't. So at any rate, if you don't see this as an angel, you could see this as a guardian spirit or a guiding spirit or a guiding light. Yeah, there's a lot going on, but I want to give you a chance to talk and then come back to me.
You come back? All right. So I'm allowed to tell our deepest secrets and all that fun stuff. Some? Any? None?
No.
Well, I've got nothing to say then. That's it.
We're working on a tarot deck, but I don't want him to tell you about that card, if that's what you meant.
No. But I mean, there was one thing I was going to point out with the foot.
Oh yes, that's.
I can mention.
Yeah.
That?
Oh gosh, yes,
Okay.
but not the changes.
All right, because
that we do,
there's something. Oh, hello, Jen. Jen is watching us, and Cassandra is in Cyprus. Nice part of the world, so I'm told. Mediterranean.
Oh, Cyprus.
It's
Okay.
in the Mediterranean.
It's
Should
morning
be lovely.
there?
It might be. Yeah, probably. Yeah, because they're going to be like 2
Oh,
hours.
it's early
They're
morning.
going to be 2 hours in front of.
7 hours from now.
Yeah, so 7 hours. Oh, it must have just turned midnight then.
Like 3 in the morning. Anyway.
Oh, hey, there you go. Well, thank you for staying up late to watch us, or getting up early if you're whatever. Anyway, moving on. So the Temperance card, yeah, as Lisa says, you've got that root of the word temper, and you know, somebody doesn't have a temper. The actual proper word is to be of good temper or a bad temper. One of the things we temper is chocolate, would you believe it or not? So yes, it improves the workability of the material. So it's more fit for purpose. So for example, with a sword, when we temper a sword, it's got that hard cutting edge, but it remains flexible, so it's not going to shatter the first time you try to use it. So yeah, interesting that from this same root of the word temper, you're going to get temporary and temperature. Which are all both related to the tempering process, because we use extremes of temperature for a very temporary period, you know, so like white hot coals straight out into freezing cold water.
Yeah.
And so that makes that sort of, those extremes, if you will, temper the material to be really, really fit for purpose. So this card can sort of indicate some severe challenges, perhaps.
But that balance brings you strength, yeah.
That utilizing of those almost crazily opposing energies, those harmonization or blending or amalgam of them, produces something which is considerably better. And as Lisa says, it is like alchemy. Now it's really interesting that, I don't know if you guys have we've done that. No, Devil's next, isn't he? He's 15.
Yeah,
he's 15.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're going to see when we do next week the Devil card, we'll see this little symbol in his hand, and this actually, although a lot of people in this neck of the woods know it as, you know, live long and prosper, the spot kind of thing. It was Leonard Nimoy was actually at synagogue, so legend has it, and he was supposed to have his head bowed, because everybody's supposed to have their head bowed. Well, the rabbi does this incredible blessing of the sanctity of the human womb, which gives form to force, if you will. And he got his eyes open and he saw that and he nicked it. But you look ever so carefully at that foot in the waters of life itself. And we have got that same symbol, but it's done with the foot.
The toe is
this
spread.
time. Yeah. So it's kind of, this is like really interesting, and we've got 1 foot on land and 1 foot in water. So we've got again this kind of
liminality.
Liminality, exactly. Liminality is the place where magic happens. You know, he's on the shoreline. So what shore?
Well, he's neither on land or on sea, because he's both.
What defines the shore? Is it the land or the sea? That's kind of interesting, really. And so I love this like little ripple flow that you've got going on there in this. You know, there's an argument this could almost be the Aquarian card, but the Star card has got that similar kind of flow going with it as well.
The two vessels that are pouring.
But you've got that waveform is very Aquarian sort of mark there as well. So this is kind of interesting. I wouldn't be at all surprised that you would bring in the fixed elements into this, because we've got the symbol for fire, the alchemical symbol for fire, firmly upon the
sun
chest
on his
there.
Forehead.
Yeah.
Or her forehead, you can't really tell.
Angels are kind of like they're very androgynous, I think would be the word. But I love this card.
And the other thing I wanted to mention were about these irises.
Yes.
When you look up the meaning, it says that they stand for the goddess Isis, who has a resurrection story in her mythology where her husband was cut up into pieces, and she retrieved those pieces and through magic put him back together and resurrected him as her son.
Minus
So
his
that's
3 card.
Well, yes, but that's very much kind of the story of the cycle of the sun. So you see the sun on his headband there.
I love this climb into the
To the sun.
to the enlightened position here as well. So that says there's going to be a climb, and it's beautiful. So this, oddly enough, this was the first card we started working on for our tarot deck. We put this on because there's a lot of meaning. So forgive us if we don't go into everything here, because we're not going to. So there.
But yeah, suffice to say that in a reading, this card could represent a Sagittarius person, a Sagittarius time of year, or Sagittarian energy of adventure. It could represent a Cancerian person, a more nurturing, mothering kind of person, or the Cancer time of year. And all the irises are currently in bloom.
Yes,
they are. And they're yellow, which again has to do with solar plexus and sun and life, right? So you could look at it as that life, death, and rebirth, right?
Now, when was Michaelmas Fair? When is that? That's the opposite
Libra
side.
time of year.
That's the opposite time of year, isn't it?
It's in
across
Libra.
the wheel.
It's in Libra. So I'm saying that this card could be either Cancer or Sagittarius, but traditionally this card would be Sagittarius. And it's also, in a reading, usually a card indicating great healing. Whether you see it as the Sag card or whether you see it as the Cancer card, it's usually a time of coming into balance, coming into healing, resurrecting. And that's all I got.
I love this. There's a very strong association with Michael on this, and the whole
The protector,
yeah, he was the slayer of the dragon, wasn't he?
Yes.
As well, if I recall. So yeah, kick-ass card in a reading. That's without doubt a really good kick-ass card.
Right. So again, the free readings are tomorrow night on Wednesday night.
Yep.
This is Tarot Talk Tuesday, but we didn't have this card pre-recorded, so we're just doing the meaning of Temperance live, and then it'll go up as a Tarot Talk in the series.
Yeah. So Jen's saying she should take a picture of the irises tomorrow and post them on Facebook. Why don't you do that?
Oh, that would be lovely. Yeah, they're
the
blooming.
Michaelmas daisies bloom in the fall. That's what Wendy's saying. But yeah, there's an association with a Michael line here, though. That's a whole different.
I'm not
thing.
talking about that.
We're not
I'm sorry.
talking about that, though. But they're it's like, yes, a vampire? No, not a vampire.
Oh, no sleep. She's saying.
Oh, no
sleep.
sleep.
All right.
Oh,
Yes, and you
avoid
can
mirrors.
actually see the irises because a young gentleman came and helped me do some weeding because I can't do it by myself.
What a nice fellow.
Yes,
what
he
a
is,
lovely
yeah.
fellow. Yes, I have to say. So he's done good. So yeah, Temperance card. If you like what you see, please do like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends all about it.
And look at all the other ones. We started with the Fool, and you can go right on down through this.
We've got a whole darn series for you to
it's
go
going to
through.
end up being quite a big series, but go for it and see what we say the cards mean, and then do a little research and ask the cards what you think, what they mean to you, and
Exactly.
compare. Your mileage may vary.
Indeed.
All right.
Indeed.
So
Thank
that's
you
it
so
for us
much.
for
Yeah.
tonight. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, we will.
6:30 to 7:30 for the tarot readings.
Yes.
All right.
Right. Let me
Thank
go
you.
over here
Peace
and
and
finish this up.
blessed be.
Have yourselves a beautiful evening.